In the past 15 months since we came together, the legal situation has still not changed in Germany. And there are families who have to defend themselves in court because they choose to offer their children the opportunity to educate themselves at home. The law still enforces compulsory schooling, but there is nevertheless an active and growing community of home educating families in Germany. And we have seen more change since we saw each other at the last TENHI conference in Spain. If I look at the list of home education events in Germany on my website, that's unschooling.de, there are more and more entries. Our local home education group, for example, in North Rhine-Westphalia, that gets together once a month for a couple of hours, attracts new interested families every single time we meet. And it's often families with children who are not of compulsory schooling age yet, who want to get informed ahead of time. More and more people seem to hear about this form of education and are intrigued. Unfortunately, we also keep losing members of the group as they move to other countries that are more home education friendly. This past year has seen the formation of more regional groups who meet regularly, and there has been an increase in public talks about freedom in education. The highlight in 2013 for many home educating families was probably the Schulfrei Festival. In September last year, nearly 400 home educators participated in this 4-day festival near Hanover, with conference talks, workshops, activities for the children, and terrific music at night. The festival is being organized by ZEPTRE, a group of young people who have all been home educated, at least for some of their formative years. There's going to be another Schulfrei Festival coming up this year, from September 4th to September 7th, same place, and you're all more than welcome to join us, of course. The website for that one is schulfreifestival.de. So you can all look it up and see some pictures from last year.
And we have leaflets.
And we have leaflets that you could take away and then have again. As more of the first generation of home-educated kids in Germany grow into adulthood, there is increasing media coverage about what becomes of people who have never been to school or merely for a short period of time. When Moritz Neubronner, for example, the son of probably Germany's most prominent home-educating family, went to school for 4 months last year and got his secondary school certificate with really good grades, several newspapers and magazines printed his story, and they even portrayed him for a child's news program on TV. Over the coming months, more grown home-educated children, now adults or nearly, will be coming out with their stories. At least that's what some families have told me. Not all families who choose to stay in Germany, in spite of the legal situation, are fortunate enough, though, to navigate through many years of home educating without getting into conflict with the school authorities. For these families, we founded the Freilerner Solidargemeinschaft, which translated to something like Home Education Solidarity Fund. And we founded that 2 years ago. The aim is to help families find legal support, to accompany them to hearings in court, or to talks with the school authorities, and to help them pay fines in a communal effort. If any of you would like to support the German home educating community, donating to the Home Education Solidarity Fund would be a good way of doing so. And you'll find their website, at www.freilernersolidargemeinschaft.de.
And if you have any questions, then ask us.
Yeah, and Karen and Matthias are here, who are the main organizers of the Freilerner Solidargemeinschaft, and you can ask them about it. In the past year or two, critical voices against the compulsory schooling laws have also increasingly been raised out of the ranks of the legal profession. One example is a dissertation by Tobias Handschell from 2012. In his paper, he states that the compulsory schooling laws are a far-reaching intrusion into the parental rights and explores the question whether this is in conflict with the fundamental rights defined by the German Constitution. Handschel finally comes to the conclusion that it must be possible for parents to file for special permission to teach their children at home instead of sending them at school. We just hope that other legal experts will endorse his assessment of the constitutional law as well. And we're working on talking with legal experts too. To conclude my short report on the situation in Germany, I'd like to share what a friend told me about her recent encounter with the local school authorities. In a meeting with a representative of the education authorities, she was given the advice to simply deregister her child at the registry office in order to avoid problems with the compulsory schooling laws. The man from the school authorities actually said, "We all know that's what some families do. After all, home education is possible in all countries around us. and before long it will be legal here too." To be honest, I was truly baffled. I was so baffled at this statement. Just the simple fact of hearing a representative of the school authorities acknowledge the role of the odd man out that Germany is playing when it comes to educational freedom was so astonishing for me. I was still under the impression that none of them had ever heard of the existence of home education, but apparently that has changed. And they're unwilling to look beyond their own nose or beyond the rim of their plate, as we say in Germany. So maybe the idea that children actually can get an education outside of school is spreading, and it's only a matter of time until we can wave goodbye to compulsory schooling in Germany. That's the big hope. And by the way, there is actually a website called goodbyeschulpflicht.de, which is goodbyecompulsoryschooling.de, sort of, and where you can contribute your reasons why compulsory schooling would or should cease to exist in Germany. I'd like to invite all of you to visit the website and leave one or several comments, and you're of course very welcome to do so in English. And that's basically what I wanted to say. Thank you. But I think that Karen has something to add to that. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay.
I think one of the things which what Stephanie said is we have to change the view of the general public. Most people don't know that homeschooling or home education even exists, even that there are people in Germany who are doing it. And I don't know if you know that there is a film. It just started in France in May, and it spreads all over France. It is in the cinemas all over France now. And we are a small group of people, 3 people, who would like to have the film in Germany as well. And we need a fund for getting it into the cinemas as well. We have one guy who is making the subtitles, the German subtitles, so that we can get it in the cinemas, and the other guy is looking for cinemas in Berlin that they will show the film, and that we can have a press release in Berlin, and that we can have the release then maybe in autumn this year. So if anyone would like to contribute a donation to this, we are happy about this. The donations can go to the BVNL, that's one of our home education organizations, and the contact details are on here. Or you can give something to me and I will, yeah, pass it on. Gebe es weiter.
Was ist der Name des Films?
Being and Becoming.
Being and Becoming, we don't have a German title. I think it's, most of the people will understand the English title.
It's Being and Becoming in English and Être et Devenir in French, because the film, I think it's in French and English.
Yeah, the film is in French and in English. And there are families from England, from Germany, from France and
US.
Yes, and the US in the film. And there are so-called experts who are interviewed as well, like Alan Thomas or Leslie Burton and some others. And we have a film. It is a German film. I think it's 4 or 5 years now since it came out. There are 3 families in there. They are all unschooling their children. We are one of them. And if anyone would like to buy it, I have several copies of them. And
How much you sell it for?
it's 20 euros and it goes to the Freier Solidargemeinschaft. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's the contribution from Germany. Thank you.